check or nothing, y'all. I ain't did no sound tests. I'm assuming y'all can hear me and that I don't sound like a robot or something. Yeah, let me know if you come in. If you can hear me, let me know. Let's drop it in the chat real quick if you can hear me. If I'm low, let me know. I'll try to, you know, make it louder. But we're here for the Cancer new moon, and I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I feel heavy energy today. I feel so heavy. Everything just feels like so fucking emotional. Like, I started to not even. I was like, I'm finna go get in the bed. I'm finna go get in the bed. That's what I was feeling like before that. But I was like, let me just go ahead and hit go live. If I just go ahead and get it over with, then you know, at least I'll be able to say that I did my part. But yeah, I want to just come on and do like a Cancer new moon reading. And if you have, you know, like any questions specifically, my Cash App is in the description. But if you just want to get like a free personal, then just drop your birthday in the chat. I'll do that. Today, you know, in previous readings, I was doing it where you can ask a question or drop your birthday. I don't want to deal with people obsessing about the same shit today. I don't want to deal with it. I don't have the patience for it today. So just drop your birthday and I will give you whatever message that comes through, whatever spirit wants to tell you, and we'll do it that way. But as far as like, you know, questions today and you know, people they be listening out for a certain answer, and if you don't hear what you want to hear, then it's like acting like you confused about the reading when everything I say is very much so clear. I'm not in the headspace to deal with that today, so just drop your birthday. Just drop your birthday and I'll give you a personal. And I'm also going to do this Cancer new moon. And if no one comes in and drops any birthdays, then I'm going to go ahead and just slide for today because it's just another manic Monday. And I'm not there today. I'm going to take these headphones off because there ain't really no reason for me to be on the headphones. I guess I can try to go on for my phone and see if I'm live, if it shows up as me being live on. Oh shoot. Let's see what's up now. It's a lot of people on live right now, so I'm essentially like competing, although I'm not. Yeah, so I'm here. I'm on a beat. If you have a question, feel free. Feel free. Go ahead and yeah, if you have a question, go ahead and ask it. I mean, if you want a reading, go ahead and drop your birthday, and I'll do that. I didn't even check the sound. Lord, what am I doing? I'm tripping. Okay, you can't hear me. Hi, Christina. Okay. Oh, I was like, why the chat didn't show up in my little OBS thing, but it did. It did. I'm here. Let me go ahead and get into the Cancer new moon reading. I want to go ahead and get this energy out. I was about to let my feelings stop me from coming on today, but I was like, mm-mm. Best thing to do when I feel that energy building like that is get on here, let it out. Obviously, something needs to be spoken on, so let's get on here and speak on it. Drop a message, do what I do, and be out. But drop your birthday if you want a spirit message, and I will get to you. I'm gonna do this Cancer new moon reading here live, and then I'll take birthdays and pull cards for whoever drops their birthday in the comments. As you can see in the description, tips appreciated. As you come in, I expect. I'm not appreciative for likes. I expect that. If you're asking me anything, reciprocation rules that you got to give something back. So saying that you coming in and saying that you like and subscribe, that don't do nothing for me. You need to. That's just the motherly energy telling you, honey, if somebody's doing something for you, telling you anything, you asking any questions, getting any information from a person, you need to be giving something back in return. That's just that's just reciprocal energy. That's just a universal law. So come in, I expect the likes. Because all I'm gonna do is, if I'm not getting that reciprocal energy, all I'm gonna do is take my energy somewhere else, like over on TikTok, and I'll just record, or I'll just post the recordings from TikTok over on YouTube. Because TikTok, you don't have to tell them to like something, and they don't try to use that as a bargaining tool. They just like the shit because they know it's worth being liked. But yeah, my Cash App is in the description. Tips are appreciated. Love offerings. Where I'm from, you reciprocate energy. That's just what I was raised in. No, it wasn't. The people that raised me didn't raise me like that, but just my spiritual energy that's always been in me. But yeah, and if you have a specific question, if you want to skip the line, in the Cash App is in the description box too. Let me go ahead and get into this Cancer new moon energy. Cancer, 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 Cancer. I love Cancer so much, but it just be so much to deal with. It's like, when it comes to Cancers, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Absence makes the heart grow fonder when it comes to Cancers. So we gon' we gonna see what's up with this. Because sometimes when it's right there in your face, it be a bit much. Cancer new moon. Holy Spirit, give me a message for the collective for the Cancer new moon, so I can do my part. Give me a message. Okay, we have two queens here. Passionate communication. Passionate communication. It may come in suddenly. You may have some issues about it. Passionate communication coming in suddenly. I also feel this feminine energy here of a feminine vessel having a lot to say. So women in your life, you may want to take some time to listen to them right now, especially with what's going on as far as like the Supreme Court case ruling and stuff. And women are really just expressing things that should have been, stated a long time ago. But you know how it is when shit hits the fan, then everybody speaks up when they could have been speaking up the whole time. Six of Cups. Yeah, it's something close to the heart. It's just a lot of energy of things that are close to the heart being spoken today, and it feels like they come out in a fiery way. So if you talking to somebody that you usually have a really good time with, or y'all usually have really good energy, and today they come off a little spicy or a little snappy, try not to let it hurt your feelings too much, or try not to let it, get to you too bad, because that's just the emotions going on right now. A lot of people are in defense mode, and rightfully so. There's a reason to be in defense mode, because so many of the things that represent purity and love and authenticity are under attack. Hey, Chrissy. So many of the things that represent innocence and just good people and good energy, it is under attack. Politics, diplomacy, people just caring about their reputation. It's so much of that going on right now that authenticity is just being lost. You have the Four of Pentacles and the Princess of Swords. People want to get off what they want to get off and say what they want to say, and tell their version of a narrative, and it may not necessarily be what the truth is, but is what they need to feel fulfilled, is what they're trying to do to protect themselves or save face. So you can hear a whole lot of different renditions of the same story today. The thing is, we are still in the karma season. It is still June, which is the 666 portal, even though we've passed that last one, which was on the 24th. And the energy of ascension is closing out those who chose which direction they wanted to go, those who stayed stuck in their ways. They've chosen their path, so that is what is beginning to unfold for them, the consequences or the benefits of your path, whichever one you chose. But things are definitely moving right now. Even if you don't see it, I feel like you feel it, because there's such a heavy emotional energy today. It's such a heavily emotional energy out in the collective today. It's like something has to be happening. Even if you don't see something, you feel it. When you feel that just energy, you just feel so overwhelmed or so full of emotion. That's because things are taking place like in the ethers, and it has yet to be manifested, but it's coming. Four of Swords and the World. It's like a mature perspective, a calmer perspective. You're being urged to take a mature perspective, or maybe try to see things from someone else's point of view. I just seen those. It's a lot of those TikTok videos going viral right now that have like POV. You know how like people write in the comments, they be like, imagine such and such and blase blase blase. If you just pay attention to like how people speak online, a lot of it be like, imagine blank 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 happened, or POV, this is what's going on, and then they'll show you a video that is set up to display what that point of view would look like. A lot of people are wanting you to see their point of view, but I don't feel a whole lot of listening going on. Like everybody wants to just get off their chest what they want to get off, but the understanding and the compromising is not there. That's what's missing. Okay, we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles. So family is going to be important right now. Your blood relatives, you may have some issues going on with them right now. If you do have some issues, like I said, everybody want to get their point across, but they ain't doing a whole lot of listening right now. If you know you have some beef with people in your family and they want to come at you and tell you that we need to talk it out or we need to hash this thing out, I would not personally recommend it, because like I said, everybody trying to get their little point across and trying to get they shit off, and you're not going to be able to land with your point. When somebody is just so dead set on getting what they want to get out there, when somebody wants to push their own narrative, you are not going to be able to have a fruitful conversation, because they are too busy putting out what they want to be seen. Six of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, the Sun card. It's a lot of people trying to control the vibe, meaning whatever it is that they're feeling, they want everybody else to be on board with them. It's a whole bunch of individuals. It ain't a whole lot of harmonious conversations being had right now. So just personally, I wouldn't go for it. I would focus more on building up my own stability and making sure that business affairs are taken care of within my own home, as opposed to trying to worry about maybe what's going on in the community or what the tea is or what is happening out with other people, because that's where the energy, that's where the more high vibrational energy is. It ain't a whole lot of it, to be honest. It's just that time where things are happening in people's lives, and towers are falling and relationships are splitting up, and people are starting to see the true colors in another person, all because they wanted to have an authentic conversation. Authenticity is under attack right now. Please understand me. Anything organic is under attack right now. Everything is wanting to be manufactured. I'm brought back to, I was doing a live the other day while that whole versus thing was going on, and a lot of the spiritual stuff that people try to claim that they are into, it don't be real. You don't really see no evidence of that in the 3D. And I thought about that because the whole incident was like Omarion trying to sage Mario on stage. I'm like, you claim you're this unbothered person, but when somebody is beating you in this thing that you claim to be such an established person in, all of a sudden you angry and you want to kind of manipulate spirituality and make it seem like you're more spiritual than you really are, when really like you're a slave to the material world too. So the material world is very big here. It's like just on a collective scale, people are so invested in their reputation, and they're so invested in how they look and how they come across, that authenticity and organic connections and just realness is very rare these days, even amongst the people who claim to be spiritual leaders. Because there's a lot of people who they'll come in and they'll pull their cards and they say what they want to say, but it don't be necessarily the energy that they're reading. They just getting off what it is that they want to say. You get what I'm saying? So it's just it's a really heavy energy of everybody just want things to look like the way that they want to look. Everybody want to feel good. Everybody wants to keep their reputation intact. And although it sounds good, it be trash, you know, in a real way. In 3D life, like when you really in the situation, it be trash. Even though it looks good, we have all of these cards, 10 of cups, and you know the sun card, and all of this stuff here. But really, on the underlying, you have the tower and the 5 of cups. Like shit be crumbling down, and people be trying to make it seem like they doing so good, and it's like the worse things get for people, the more they cap, and it's a lot of cap going on right now, and that's why it's a lot of frustration, because Cancer does deal with, you know, authentic, true, the heart of an emotion, like the true heart of a person, and it's also ruled by the moon. So it's like, you know, it be moody, but it be true. As moody as they are, the emotions be true. And right now, it's a lot of people who just cannot allow themselves to be true. So that causes them to fight within themselves, and then that manifests as them fighting outside of themselves and being challenging and being disruptive and all kind of stuff. The mess that you be seeing on the news or whatever, it really is a product of people not even knowing who they are. It's a lot of like empty vessels out here being ruled by demonic forces because they have no spiritual life. They have no light within themselves. They've been consumed by darkness, and the darkness comes from the material world. You so caught up in material things and how you look and how you come across in your reputation and what you can get out of people and how you can bargain to get what it is that you want. Everything is all about manipulation, and you'll see a lot of that at this Cancer new moon. There's going to be a lot of manipulation that is pointed out. One thing that I've realized, you just astrologer, you know, elementary astrologer or whatever, or an independent astrologer. I ain't under no course. I don't take no courses from none of these people claiming to teach you about astrology, or none of these courses from people claiming to teach you about tarot. None of that shit. All of this shit is just real life, being living it and paying attention for me. And at the new moon, you'll see the darkness of people. You'll see the darkest side of people because there is no light. You get what I'm saying? In the night sky. So it's the darkest of nights. And this is when you see the darkest of people. And a lot of it right now is just reputation, 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 ego, ego, ego. I wouldn't put nothing past nobody. Nothing surprises me about people when their ego is ruling them, because that's not even your spirit. That's some demonic shit. That's some lower vibration shit that's running you. Even people that have like anxiety and shit, and all of these social anxiety and these disorders that they claim to have, really it just be an out of control ego. You, everywhere you go, you thinking somebody watching you. It's some people who can't even pump their own gas at the gas station because they say they feel weird, they feel crazy, or they feel like somebody's laughing at them. Ain't nobody paying you no motherfucking attention. Like nobody is looking at your insignificant ass. Everybody in this world is rare, is insignificant. Like we can hype each other up and talk about positivity and self-love, but you are but a breath. Earth been here for what, 65 million something years or something. You are but a breath. You here for like a good hour. In the span of time, maybe you be on this earth for an hour, and then you gone. And if you ain't built nothing, you know what I'm saying, then nobody knows you, and you don't mean shit. And even if you did build something, at some point in time, people gonna start forgetting about you. It's some children out here these days who don't know nothing about Michael Jackson and don't know nothing about Whitney Houston. So it don't matter how much you try to go hard for your reputation, you can still be forgotten. All you gonna do, the best thing you can do is serve, and you know, do for other people. And right now, that's just not the energy that people are in. They're not here to nurture and serve nobody else. They here to just get their shit off and, you know, make they self look good. And ego is running stuff, and that's what's going on right now. That's the energy that is surrounding this Cancer new moon. It's like a darkness for true authentic emotion. It's a dark night for true authentic emotion. You have the Prince of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Prince of Cups, and the Empress. Like on your journey, individual journeys, you're trying to keep your head above water, trying to do the best that you can, giving the best that you can to create the lifestyle that you want to create for yourself. Looks like there's still disappointment here. These cards just keep coming out. It goes right back to that Four of Pentacles, like people putting all of their value in themselves. Um, because religion is breaking down so much because it did not do what it was designed to do, and people don't have any guidance, and they're very wayward out here, and it's sin all over the place. Um, like religion is not working, so people just out here trusting in themselves. It's just like it's me against the world. There's this energy of me against the world for a lot of people right now, because everywhere you look you can't really trust nothing, you can't really trust the authority. So that's why ego is such a big thing right now, because who else you gonna trust? Parents don't be about shit no more. Your mama ain't no nurturing mama, she ain't about shit. Daddy ain't present. They abandon children and then try to tell a woman to have a baby even though they know the father ain't gonna be there. The world is in a motherfucking mess. It's a motherfucking mess. And what else do you have to believe in? If you don't see nothing else outside of yourself, what else would you believe in? The self. So you just have a lot of energy of people who it's gonna be what I want it to be, it's gonna be how I want it to be, it's gonna go how I say it goes, or it ain't gonna be nothing. Or for those who say it ain't gonna be nothing, they're doing you a favor by saying it's gonna be how I want it to be, or it's gonna be nothing. But then there are those who, if they see that you're not on the same page with them, they're gonna do whatever they need to do and say whatever they need to say to manipulate you into being over on their side. And that's where the demonic forces come in, because really this whole 3D plane is meant to take your mind. It's a low vibrational plane. It's gonna take your mind if you let it. So you just got to know where you stand and realize you can want the best for the world. You can want the best for others. You can want to nurture people and do your best for people. But if all they have to believe in is themselves and they don't care about nobody else but themselves, it's a lost cause. So then just, indirectly, you have to also start being that way. And that's just the never ending cycle. These are the circles of hell. This is how the hell gets deeper and deeper. It starts off, ain't nobody got nowhere to look at or look up to for guidance. So they start being all about self. Then you start manipulating people. So that's a dissension. Manipulating people. Okay, now you done manipulated these people, and it's a whole lot of rage and it's a whole lot of wrath when people come to find out that the truth that you've been selling them ain't it. That's a deeper level of hell, like this rage and this wrath. And it all spawns out of itself. Lies beget lies. Demonic forces beget demonic forces. That's just what it is, and all of it is really heavy right now. All of it is really heavy right now. Spirit, give us some type of resolution, some type of comfort. What is it, Holy Spirit? What can be done at this time for those who just seek God's face or who seek their higher power and want to stay in a higher vibration? What is available to us right now? What can we do right now at this moment? Okay, it's basically focus. And it's so funny because I'm sitting here talking about how people just want to get off whatever it is that they want to get off, and as above, so below, as within, so without. Really the only solution that you have right now is those things that are near and dear to your heart, the things that you feel are worth it and that would take you to where it is that you need to go. You need to have just a undisturbed focus on those things and just keep moving forward toward your goal. The only difference is, instead of those people who just want to get off whatever they want to get off and they want to say whatever they want to say and get their point across, in this energy here, I'm feeling like you're not trying to reach outside of yourself. You're not trying to prove nothing to nobody. Now is not the time to be going back and forth with people, to be arguing, because that's just going to bring your energy further down. Now's the time to just, hey, shit feel crazy right now. It's weird outside right now, but I know that this is something that I want to do. This is a part of the vision that I want to build. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the things that I know I need to work on to get me to where I want to be. I can't be worried about whether or not you want to come with me. I can't be worried about whether or not I need to try to lie and scheme and scam to get you to believe whatever it is that I want you to believe. Right now, I just need to focus 100%. And that's what the collective, who is like high vibrational and who is, concerned with ascension and who does take care of their spirit, the ones who are mothering themselves and wanting to keep a positive vibration, that's all you can do. Focus on that positive vibration and what exactly you can do to keep yourself in that positive vibration, because there's so many things that are out here ready to take your focus off of your ascension. So many things that are ready to make you feel threatened and to make you feel bad about yourself and to make you feel shame or guilt for the choices and the decisions that you're making. But if you're doing it and you know you're coming from a pure place, then stand tall in that. With the Sagittarius, big, bold, fiery energy. Stand tall in that. And the King of Swords says you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. Because I feel like, just like I was saying earlier, these conversations not going to be fruitful because people just want to get off whatever they want to get off, and they'll tell you whatever they need to tell you to calm you down and to try to bring you off of your path into whatever that they want you to be on or whatever they want you to be doing. People are really out here recruiting right now, but it's recruiting for their own selfish motives and their own causes. They're not worried about, genuine teamwork right now, and that's the dark side of that Cancer. A Cancer in high vibration is so nurturing, but a Cancer in a low vibrational place, everything is about what they want. And if you're not doing what they want you to do, they will start manipulating you. They will start emotionally using your feelings against you to get you over to their side. So, unfortunately, loneliness in a sign that is known for being emotional and so attached and caring for others, when it comes to the dark energy, it's good to be by yourself right now. It's good to just take care of your own business right now and to depend on yourself. If you need a mother, mother yourself. If you need a father, father yourself. If you need a mentor, mentor yourself. If you need a teacher, teach yourself. You need some discipline, discipline yourself. Whatever it is that you know you need to do, you're going to have to be able to pull your own self up by your own bootstraps and get it done this time, because as far as like looking out for communal support, it ain't there. It ain't there right now. It's just not. And if you think it's there, then just wait around for a little bit longer and see how what I say comes to pass when you find out that that person was manipulating you for their own gain. So believe in them people if you want to. But right now is a good time to believe in your higher power. I'm not the biggest fan of new moons. I'm truly not. I'm a full moon type gal. I was born under a full moon. Aqua Sun, Leo moon. Yes, I'm that girl. I'm a full moon girl. So at new moons, just like the darkness is very apparent to me, and I feel it is like it's just really slow, dragging through the sludge type energy. Quiet time. I always give the goddess the last word, and 99.99% of the time she agrees with whatever I just said. Quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. I was finna go take me a nap before I even came on here, but it's fine. It's fine, whatever. I understand, to whom much is given, much is required. I get it. But yeah, take some quiet time to yourself. Now, if anybody comes in and you want to drop your birthday and have a personal reading, by all means, go ahead and do that. Specific questions, you can shoot something over on the Cash App. Or if you didn't, well, we ain't have enough people in here right now to be talking about skipping no line. But yesterday we had like a 30-minute to an hour wait on them questions. So we gonna see. But yeah, other than that, drop your birthday. If I don't get no birthdays coming, then I'm gonna go ahead and go get this nap I was talking about. Cause ain't no reason to be sitting around in people's face at this time. Ain't no reason. If you just out there parlaying with people, just around people, just to be around somebody, it's not serving you right now. I promise you, it's not serving you. If you don't have no purpose for your connections, you slowing yourself down. You're holding up your own prosperity. That's the blockage. If you've been wondering what's blocking you or what's not working for you, there it go. Keeping the people in your space for no reason. It's taxing on your energy because they gonna do what they want to do. Please believe me. I told my daughter this the other day. I asked her, what does an hour of your time cost? And she was like, I don't know. Like, you better put a price on it because somebody else will if you don't. Somebody else will put a price on your time. Somebody else will determine your value if you don't determine it for yourself. Like I said, people just out here trying to get what they want to get. It's all about self right now. Thing about Cancers, they're these really sensitive, tender people, but they're hidden under this spiky, pinchy exterior. And that's not just Cancer people, but that is the archetype of the energy. You so sensitive on the inside, but what will that sensitivity cause you to do? If you're aware of the fact that you're easily hurt or easily triggered, you can develop some real ugly behaviors to try to protect yourself. And sometimes you be in defense mode when it really ain't a need to protect yourself. But that's the energy that's here, you know, in the Cancer new moon. A lot of people defensive and they'll do whatever if they feel any type of slight, if they feel any type of disrespect, that can spawn into a whole shootout real quick for the smallest little hiccup because people just full of ego. It ain't a whole lot of authenticity or just spirits talking to spirits. It's just these exterior images and how people want their imagery to look for other people, and that is ruling them. They have made their image their master. Idolatry, idolizing themselves at this point. So, like I said, if you come in and you're listening, you can go ahead and drop your birthday. I will do a reading for you, personal message based off your birthday. That part is free. I'm not asking for anything for that. Likes are expected. That's not doing me no favor to like the video. I got 15,000 something followers over on a whole nother social media platform. A little like or something or subscribe on YouTube ain't doing me no favors. But if you just want to get that reading, drop your birthday, I'll go ahead and do that for you. That's just an act of service. Anything else? I'll be on here for a little bit longer, then I gotta go. I gotta go because I'm not gonna put on for you like I'm just this, chipper reader all the time. I'm not. I feel the energies, and because I feel the energies, they have an effect on me. And I wouldn't trust no reader who's always chipper, because them be the ones that don't do no personal readings. No way. You don't know whether or not they can consult with spirit or not. They just pulling cards and telling you what you want to hear on a YouTube channel. But next. Next topic. Birthdays. You have a specific question, tip to the Cash App, and I'll answer your specific question. Otherwise, it's just birthdays today. Drop your birthday. You can get a message. Oh, 333. I caught it again. 3333. I keep catching these 333s. Manifest for me. Manifest for me. See what energy is coming out now. Princess of Cups, Six of Swords, Judgment. Now, this is the more naivete. This is the more pure energy with the Princess of Cups. This is somebody who just, sometimes they just may not know no better. They just go purely off of emotion. But that type of purity is protected. No matter how innocent you are or unlearned you may be, there's a lot of naivete, especially among younger people. So younger energy is highlighted here, especially younger female energy, because boys really be groomed from a young age to be predators these days. No cap. So even if a boy is young, I've seen teenage boys who will talk a grown woman out of everything she got on her, panties included. Boys be groomed from a young age to be predatory. So I'm feeling like a younger, just naive, young female type energy who just blindly believes in people. And if you identify with that energy, this is saying that you are protected because of your purity and because of your faith and because of your naivete, and you just truly do believe in the good in people. There's still good in people. There is still good in a lot of people, and a lot of them tend to be younger or feminine. That's where you're gonna find a lot of the just still good people out here. Even if it's a male, that may be somebody who is like either a Cancer male or a Virgo male, or just in tune with their feminine energy. Could be Libra male also too. But people like that, you are protected, but at the same time, the protection is taking you on a path where you can start to learn to think a little bit more maturely. with the judgment card here. You just can't believe in people like that. You can't put your faith in people. When I tell you the majority of the world is wicked, this is a lower vibrational existence, and we have a population that is growing. It's out of control. Population control and eugenics is not getting it done the way that they thought they were going to get it done. It ain't happening that easily because Murphy's Law. If anything bad can happen, it will. You got to learn to be more mature. Just look at things from a more mature perspective. The innocence and the purity is a beautiful thing for a spirit, but see, we are here in the 3D right now. We are here in the 3D right now, which is a negative plane because the high vibrational energy has to be slowed down in order for this 3D matrix to be established. You won't be able to even see things around you if these vibrations weren't slowed down enough to become like dense matter. So it's a negative vibrational place, but you can still be a high spirit within it. Just not so much to the point where you just believe in any old thing in any old body. Hey Maria, if you come in, you can drop your birthday and I'll give you a personal spirit message. It's no charge for that. If you have a specific question or if it gets, too much or whatever, then you can skip the line by tipping to the Cash App in the description. I just heard Sodom and Gomorrah. And Earth is really giving those vibes right now. We have the Wheel and the Nine of Pentacles. You're going to get most of your abundance is going to come from you acting alone right now, in terms of like being able to find a crew and a clique to hang out with. Unless you are ready to make 3D matter your master, unless you are ready to basically sell your soul for acceptance in the 3D, you're not gonna have no big old group of friends. We've reached that point in creation where idolatry is really it. That's really all that's going on out here. People worshiping things, people worshiping status, they worship likes, all of that shit. You're looking for something real and authentic, you're gonna have to go find it yourself. You're gonna have to go do it for yourself. You're gonna have to go get what it is that you want in your life for yourself. The wheel is moving out of depending on people and codependency. Those who suffer with codependency, y'all finna have a hard time, a real hard time with this Cancer new moon, because it ain't nobody that you really can depend on like that. So if you codependent on another party, this Cancer new moon is getting ready to show you some things about who you can and cannot depend on, and the only person you really can depend on is yourself and your higher power. Don't let fitting in be your downfall, or trying to fit in or wanting to fit in and be your downfall. 8 of Wands, Temperance. It's time to get up on it. Whatever path that you are supposed to be on, it's time to get dedicated to it, because only those with purpose are going to be able to survive the times that are coming. 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, that judgment is befalling. People are beginning to show them their true selves, and not only are they beginning to show their true selves, but you're being exposed. Like, if it's not somebody around you who is pointing out, oh, that person is that. A person like myself who would just call a demon out right as I see it, or circumstances that cause you to be like, it caused the spotlight to be shed on you, so that the trueness of who you are can be shown. And a lot of these people, not so savory characters, not the type of people that you want to be hanging around. You don't want to be around when shit hit the fan for people like that. Like that Goddess card said, alone time, quiet time. That's what's being called on right now. Your positivity gonna come from keeping your head down, doing what it is you're supposed to be doing, working on whatever scene, whatever set, whatever platform, whatever gift, whatever skill set, anything that you just know that you have a calling. At this point, you probably know what your calling is at this point. If you're still out here lost and don't know what your calling is, you need to pay a little bit more attention to, the course of your life, because maybe it's like you're disconnected from your body, or you're disconnected from your life. It's like maybe your spirit is kind of, it feels like stuck in limbo, or it's like imprisoned to where you feel like you can't be your true authentic self. Most of the time that comes from the type of people that you hanging around. When you feel like you can't be yourself and you don't know what to do with yourself, you've been hanging around with people who've been leading you astray for way too long. You don't even know what you want to do with your life. You down here in the 3D just breathing for no reason. Like, there's no point, no rhyme or reason to your lifestyle, and a lot of time that comes from hanging around the wrong crowds. All of this stuff is being brought up at the Cancer New Moon. All of it. All of it, all of it, all of it. Drop your birthdays if you have, or if you want that personal tarot message directly just for you. Otherwise, if you have a specific question, hit the cash out with it. Dang, this go by so fast. I've been live for 41 minutes already. When I be live, everything goes so quick. When I go to reading these cards, everything goes so quick. Judgment, yeah. It's time for a renewal of the mind. It's time to start thinking long term. Start thinking about the entire trajectory of your life and what legacy it is that you're leaving behind. Like I was talking about earlier, a lot of people don't even think about that. They just think about what they can do for themselves and how they can get themselves off, how they can get the popularity that they want for themselves. Now is the time to be breaking away and really starting to take care of your foundation, really starting to move things around, get your finances in order, take care of, if you have subscriptions that are repeatedly charging you and you're not even using them, you need to cut that off. It's a time for saving. It's a contraction time. In the new moon, it's a time for contraction. At the full moon, it's a time for expansion. So in this contraction, you may be getting rid of a lot of stuff. Getting rid of a lot of stuff, whether it's 3D things or getting rid of old habits, bad habits that are not taking you anywhere. But it's a time of contraction, of making yourself smaller, or stepping back a little bit so that other forces can take the lead. The new moon is a time for femininity, and we have Cancer, which is the epitome of femininity being highlighted here at this new moon. So we have darkness, receptive energy paired with like the feminine principle in terms of the zodiac. So it's just time for women stepping away. It's time for women to step away, make yourself a little bit less accessible. I was on Twitter the other day talking about there's literally no reason for a male to be around you if they are not protecting and providing willfully. If you got to force somebody to do what male energy is supposed to do or masculine energy is supposed to do, it's not a masculine, therefore you're a perpetrator. Because if it wasn't a perpetrator, you would already assume that it's feminine energy and you would just accept it for what feminine energy does, which is take and receive. But if you got somebody out here hollering about their alpha and all this other shit and telling you they know what masculinity is and don't do nothing that involves the masculine energy, Eight of Swords, cut it off. There's no reason for a masculine energy to be nowhere near you right now. And right now it's for the sake of your safety. It's for whoever may hear it, whatever feminine comes across this video and hears, for the sake of your safety. If a masculine is around you and they're not willfully protecting and providing, well, I'm going to say protecting and or providing. Some of them can't provide, but they can protect. A masculine is always able to protect. So if they're not doing that, they're a total and complete lost cause, a complete waste of space if they are not protecting you. If they're bringing any kind of BS to your door, emotional or otherwise, they need to be cut off. You need to let it go. Let it go. As far as providing, that's just icing on the cake. They can protect and they can provide, all good for them. But if a male is not around you doing either willfully, if you got to beg them, if you got to chase them, if you got to do anything to try to prove to this person that you bring to the table enough to be deserving of protection and provision, get that motherfucker away from you. It's unsafe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe for the female in the dark under a new moon, highlighting femininity. That's a dark moon highlighting femininity. In a dark night, a female don't need to be out here exposed. Get these men around you if they're not protecting or providing. Because you already see if they happen to trap you, it's a lot of places in your country where you're not gonna be able to go and get rid of the trap. You know what I'm talking about. Get rid of it. Because it ain't safe out here. You better know who you hanging around. If you don't know them, like in and out, up and down, and you know they don't have you 100%, cut them off. Get rid of them. Coming in, you can drop your birthday and I'll give you a personal tarot message. Everybody's personal message ain't gonna be as grim as this, but for the collective, with this Cancer new moon, this is the type of energy that we're dealing with right now. If you feel that heaviness, if you feel that irritability, this is the energy that we're dealing with right now. Sometimes you gotta just let things be what they're gonna be. Also, that receiving energy is here. Don't give too much of yourself to those who don't believe in reciprocating. Givers have to, limit themselves. Because, like they say, the takers won't. People who here to take, they don't have no limits. So it'll be a dark night for those who give, who are supposed to be receiving. But you ain't receiving nothing in return. It'd be a dark night for the stuff that you're supposed to be receiving. Alright. Pull this last bit of energy here. I feel like a different energy wants to show itself. I'll go ahead and pull this last pull for the Cancer new moon. If I don't see no birthdays in the chat, then I'm going to go ahead and get on because it's been about an hour now. So we're running up close to an hour now. I have done my part. They say after you've done all you can, just stand. I've done my part for the day. Holy Spirit, bring that fresh energy in here. It's a fresh energy that wants to come through. Allow it to come through. Make it plain. Make it clear. Okay, so I seen that 9 of Cups peeking out at first. Now, like, this is a better energy wanting to come out, and then it came out again. 9 of Cups. See, prepare. Be prepared. That's the villain song. Scar sung that. Scar and his hyenas. I see this is a good soul here, somebody with good energy, a good spirit, but there's some disappointment here, and you're going to have to overlook it and just strategize and be prepared to maneuver through it. Because it don't look like any of the disappointments or any of the harsh lessons that's going to come out of it, none of it is on you. None of it is like really your fault, but sometimes when you just are in close proximity to somebody who got to learn a harsh lesson, then you just need to be, keep your head up. Keep your head up and be aware of what's going down, because I feel like it's something brewing right now for those who are not so savory, those who cannot call themselves genuinely good spirits, those who have done things to disappoint others. It could have been intentionally, in terms of like somebody's talking you up just to let you down, and sometimes people do that to keep you like in a cycle. Like they do that to try to rule your mind. King of Cups. This is Cancer energy too. This is somebody who has total control of their emotions, or they try to have control of their emotions, and in turn they think that they can control others' emotions. It's somebody who's they've attracted some harsh karma. They've attracted some harsh circumstances for themselves and the people that be around them, the way that they conduct themselves and the way that they try to manipulate people and they try to abuse, but it's like emotional, verbal, maybe financial type abuse here. But it's only a matter of time before things catch up to this person, and when it hit the fan, you don't want to be around because it's gonna be loud when it do. Princess of Swords. It's gonna be a public thing. The lovers, Gemini here, and Geminis are masters of communication. They know how to get a lot of people on the same wave. Kanye, ugh. I can't stand him, and I can't stand people who be on his dick. Cause that's an egotistical motherfucker. It's demonic. It's a lot of demonic shit around him. Very much so. It's a lot of demonic shit around Kanye. But that's who the young people gravitate toward because they don't have no leaders. The mama ain't shit, daddy ain't shit, society ain't shit, community leaders ain't shit. So you gonna follow this celebrity who is mentally goddamn ill, who only put they self first, who make decisions based on ego, who is all about idolatry. The Sunday service is bullshit. All of that, all of that energy is here. We have the lovers and the Ten of Pentacles. This Gemini energy, somebody who knows how to get the crowd on their side, but judgment is getting ready to befall this person. They chose like riches and money and stuff like that over just being a good person. People with good energy, just wherever you see, just you'll get a clue. You will get a clue. You'll have some type of clue or some type of disappointment, something that comes up and is like a red flag, and you can choose to overlook it or you can choose to take heed and go ahead and strategize and prepare for what you need to do to move ahead away from this party. Something's getting ready to be exposed. It's exposure here. It could be exposure about how somebody got their money or a money issue going on with the person. Exposure in terms of financial documents. They could be found out, some forgery, all this kind of shit is present. Princess of Swords, Hangman. It's like somebody was able to get away with something for a long time because Geminis do be slick, and it's very much so Gemini energy here. Also Cancer too, but Cancer and Gemini, they sit right beside each other, so it could just be on that cusp. But it's getting ready to be exposed. It was all good when shit was coming in, and Ten of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Four of Pentacles. It's a lot that was able to come out of this connection. Like you maybe were able to get a lot, or you got to party with this person. Free bands, I just heard, scam society, all of that shit is being cracked down on. Those who are resourceful and who know how to keep their money and who know how to just make do with what they have, they're being highlighted right now. Gemini and Virgo energy also present again with the Star card. Five of Swords. Some disappointing news. Disappointing news for somebody who usually has it all together, who knows how to make things look good. Maybe they know how to make themselves look better than what they truly are. Like the stock ain't that high, but they know how to inflate. Overinflation, 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 crashing. So stock market, if you into that, overinflation, crash. Something that was just built up and overbought, oversold. Whatever the case may be, is just out of balance. There's a lack of balance here. Obsession, idolatry, worshiping like 3D things. Right now, your prosperity and the good things that are coming to you, anything that is pure and that is true, is going to come to you out of just doing the work, keeping your head down and remaining humble, wearing the weight of the crown, It's gonna come through that in terms of being flashy and like, the stuff that pop culture desires or wants. That's not what's gonna get you ahead at this time. Like only the authentic get to come through. Only the authentic, only the true, only the organic, because the rest gonna have to deal with some fallout. They're gonna have to deal with the dark side of their actions. Karma is here. Cancer sit opposite of Capricorn. The karma card. The karma of the zodiac. And Cancer sits opposite of it. This energy is imbalanced, so the karma is here to be repaid to those who've just been ignoring what the shit. Basically, they've been ignoring what they put out into the world. They don't really care, as long as I say like they getting off what they need to get off. They didn't care how it affected nobody. They didn't care how they hurt nobody, as long as they got what they wanted. As long as they got off what they needed to get off, as long as they told a story, as long as they looked like the winner, you know what I'm saying? As long as they built their narrative and it stayed the way that they wanted to stay for the last 10, 20 or so years, over a generation, as long as they were able to maintain their position at the top, then everything was cool. But we in a period of judgment now. We in a period of judgment now. And they got to answer for it. Got to answer for it. Harshly, too. It's going to be thorough, too. It could be like a thorough investigation, or somebody coming through with a lot of questions. You're going to meet like a harsh force who comes through and they demand answers. And if it's not what they want to hear, punishment is definitely a thing. Legal issues. The law could be getting involved, whether it's civil or criminal. Save yourself type energy, Prince of Wands, Nine of Wands. Save yourself type energy. Especially if you've been warned of what's to come. You've been seeing the signs. The signs are here. Of all this stuff that I've been saying, the signs are here. But a lot of times people don't want to think that it'll ever happen to them. Haughtiness, ego. But it's here now. It's here now. And people gonna have to answer for their actions. 666, mark of the beast. The mark of the beast. The beast is man. Your mark is what you put out here in the world. Karma is here. If you've been on the low end of shit and you've been doing right, but things ain't been going right for you, then be prepared to be exalted. But if you've been up high and you know you didn't get there by the right means, be prepared to be humble. Dolo energy here. You better be off to yourself. Do what you need to do. Stick to yourself. Don't be in nobody's way. Don't be trying to follow behind nobody. Don't be caught out here getting flunked out. Don't be no flunky for nobody. Inner goddess. Inner. Worry about yourself right now. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. You're going to have to mother yourself. You're going to have to take care of yourself. You're going to have to love on yourself. Do whatever it is you need to do to get yourself to the next level. Don't look left. Don't look right. Because chances are one of the motherfuckers going to be missing the next time you look up. Just focus on yourself. All right, I don't have no birthdays in here, so I'm going to go ahead and head out. It's been a good hour for me. That's good enough for me to come through and read these cards for an hour and describe some of this energy for y'all. Can't believe it went by that fast, but time is just a man-made construct. Just a measurement of how we get from event to event. A measurement of the space between events. All right? So thank you for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.